In 1955, Harland Sanders stood by a highway in Corbin, Kentucky, watching the world pass him by. Literally. A new interstate highway had just been built, bypassing his small roadside restaurant. In an instant, his customers vanished. At 65 years old, Harland was broke. He auctioned off his life's work to pay his debts and was left with nothing but a battered Ford, a pressure cooker, and a $105 monthly Social Security check. Most men would have sat on a porch swing and waited for the end. Harland looked at his $105 check and decided it wasn't enough to die on. Harland didn't have money, but he had a secret: 11 herbs and spices. He had spent years perfecting a method of frying chicken in a pressure cooker, a technique that kept the meat moist while the skin stayed crispy. It was a culinary breakthrough, but he had no restaurant to serve it in. So, he did the unthinkable. He slept in the back of his car. He shaved in gas station bathrooms. He drove from town to town across the American South, knocking on the doors of independent restaurant owners. His pitch was simple: "I'll cook the chicken for your customers. If they like it, you pay me a nickel for every chicken you sell." Success in the food industry isn't just about the taste, it's about the rejection. Harland wasn't a young, polished salesman. He was an old man in a cheap suit talking about pressure-fried chicken to owners who thought they knew better. He was laughed at. He was told no more times than most people hear the word in a lifetime. 100 restaurants said no, 500 restaurants said no, 1,000 restaurants said no. He faced 1,009 rejections before a single restaurant owner in Utah finally said, "All right, old man, let's see what you've got." That first yes changed everything. The Kentucky Fried Chicken was an overnight sensation. The nickel per chicken deal started bringing in more money than his old restaurant ever had. By 1964, less than 10 years after he started sleeping in his car, Harland had over 600 franchises. He sold his interest in the company for $2 million, roughly $18 million today. A staggering sum for a man who started with a $100 check. But he didn't stop. He became the face of the brand, traveling 250,000 miles a year well into his 80s, because he cared about the quality of the gravy and the crispiness of the skin. Harland Sanders' life is a testament to a single powerful truth: you are never too old to start, and you are never too finished to reinvent yourself. Success isn't a destination, it's a habit. Subscribe to keep your mindset fueled with the stories that prove anything is possible.